Alright, what's going on everybody? Ron Ace here, back in YouTube video, and today we're doing Battlefield Hardline versus BF4, comparing both games, seeing what the two games did right and what both games did wrong. Now, first we're going to cover the release dates. Now, we all know BF4 had a terrible release date. The launch was completely horrific, and one major problem was that you couldn't really play for the first month. You know, connection, especially on the PC version, connection issues, and a whole bunch of other bugs and shit. It took them almost a year to get the game sorted out, and that's just ridiculous, and it really was major bullshit to the fans. Now, Hardline had a far better release, but, of course it wasn't perfect, but completely 10 times better. There wasn't really any major bugs, but there's a few issues, of course, with every release. And issues for me for Hardline were, for Hotwire, when you're in the cars, the RPG spam was just completely terrible, and it really was major bullshit, and that has been fixed now, thank God. But during the beta, that should have been fixed, and I don't know why they didn't fix that. Now, the next major issue I have is the spawns for TDM. The spawns are completely terrible. I tried hopping on today to play TDM. It really was just completely fucking bad. You spawn and just immediately die, and I'm not playing TDM ever again on Hardline. I'm probably not even gonna touch it. So next we're talking about the support of the game. Now, BF4 had good support because they needed to fix the game. Now, Dice LA, I'm going to say BF4 so far had great support. Hardline's having great support. Both games are having the CTE. BF4 was actually saved because the CTE. Dice LA came in and stepped up and fixed it. Now, I'm happy for the CTE or Hardline's coming. I completely love the CTE. I love to see the new fixes, all the new shit coming on, and I think it's one of the greatest things that both games about to have. Now, BF4 had it for almost about a year now, and it's really a great thing, and I'm hoping that CT is just as good as Hardline, so that's great. The next we're talking about the DLCs. Now, so far there hasn't been no release yet for the DLCs, but all we know is for the DLCs upcoming, or for premium, not really the DLCs, but for premium, I feel like BF4 had the better end, and Hardline did not. Now, I want to say this because, number one, Hardline has less content than BF4, which I'm not really mad about that. Hardline for me has enough weapons and maps, and I know that the DLC will bring more of that. I'll be fine. But BF4 for premium is way better, only because we're getting more stuff and an extra map pack for the same amount. But for Hardline, we're getting one less map pack, but for the same amount of money, if you guys get what I'm saying. It's still $50. I feel like Hardline's DLC should be $40 instead of $50. I'm not gonna buy premium right ahead, but we'll see. Probably not, only because when Star Wars Battlefront comes, I'm gonna be playing that more. So next we're talking about the gun balance of both games. Now, I gotta say, BF4 had by far the better gun balance, in my opinion, only because well, not only, I'm trying to say, fuck, I keep messing up my words, but BF4, in my opinion, has better gun balance. It has more weapons, and they just seem more viable to use. Now, Hardline has less weapons, but I feel like people always use the same weapons. Now, I'm not saying any gun than Hardline or OP. They K10 was, but they nerfed it a bit, so it's kind of balanced now. But the main problem with Hardline is that there's a lot of underpowered weapons, and that is a major problem. I'd rather have a lot of OP weapons than underpowered weapons, because I like to see variety. Like in this gameplay right now you see in BF4, I can use the U100. I can use a shit ton of weapons and do fine. In Hardline, I feel like you have to use certain weapons to do fine with. Alright, so next let's cover the map design, or the maps. Excuse me, I had a cough. But for the maps, both maps in my opinion are pretty good. Hardline has way smaller maps, as we all know, because it's mostly a tight infantry gameplay. But BF4 has the bigger maps. But BF4 has some really bad maps, in my opinion. I hate Handham Resort. That map's boring. I can't stand Pearl Market. I don't like one of the Naval Strike maps. And most of the China Rising maps are pretty bad. And I really don't like all the China Rising maps. The only ones I like of China Rising so far are just mainly Golan Peaks, and that's about it. But on Hardline, on the other hand, I like actually all the maps on vanilla. If there was a least favorite of mine, I guess what I have to say, I can't even think of one, to be honest. I really can't. I feel like all the maps are great. I love how on each map on Hardline they have the defense and ammo lockers. It's really a great idea, and it's just amazing. So one thing both games do really bad in is the commander mode. Now the hacker mode in Hardline I hate. I feel like as hacker you shouldn't be able to affect people on the ground. But I think Battlefield should always have a hacker mode, but I just hope they fix it for the next game and do it a bit better. I feel like BF4 is a little more polished, but only problem with BF4's commander mode is UAVs. UAVs are kind of annoying. Luckily on consoles, I don't really run into hackers, but sometimes I run into that one hacker. The last thing I'm talking about are the game modes. The game modes for both games are really great. Hardline, I love Blood Money, a great game mode, and BF4 Conquest is amazing. Conquest fits better for BF4 than Hardline, but Hardline has a lot of great game modes. Blood Money, TDM is ass, you can't play that game mode. I like Heist, but I don't really play it too much. Conquest is not too bad. Hardline has a lot of good game modes, but I only find myself in BF4 playing mostly Rush and Conquest. But both games do have their both up and downs, and they're mostly similar in a lot of ways, but they're different in a lot of ways. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video on my comparison between two games. In my opinion, BF4 is a more solid game. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm out. Peace. Please slap the like button, guys.